cheese is a very popular product. I mean, everybody likes cheese.
Brian Moran of Lake Erie Creamery says holidays are great, but Ohio cheesemakers have been of good cheer all year long. That was evident at a recent cheese tasting at Akron's West Point Market.
Oh, that's so good.
He likes it.
Good. We always like to hear that.
Moran's Creamery has won national awards for its Bloma,
which is a blooming rind goat cheese, aged at about 3 to 4 weeks before it comes to market, similar to a camembert or a brie.
Moran's Cleveland operation was Ohio's first artisan cheese creamery. It opened in 2006. By 2007, he had 5 competitors, and today there are 20.
And I know for a fact there are at least 3 or 4 getting ready to open either at the end of this year or beginning of next.
What do you think is causing the boom?
I think the big boom is the local food.
Ohioans don't have to travel far for award-winning cheese. Hiram's Mackenzie Creamery claimed 13 national awards in its first 4 years in business. Owner Jean Mackenzie's proudest of the goat cheese she makes with cognac and figs.
Our little star, we call her, Courvoisier cognac and Dalmatia figs. And this little cheese has won 5 of our 13 awards.
West Point Market stocks Mackenzie's product along with many of Ohio's artisan cheeses. Its cheese shop carries 350 varieties from all over the world, and in the last 5 years has doubled its supply of locally made cheeses. Diana Bohl has run the Quality Grocers cheese shop for the last 27 years. She thinks customers are getting more discerning.
A lot of them would never taste the goat cheese, not ever. And now, with the sampling that we do, washed rind cheeses, which are strong and stinky, where 5 years ago you couldn't sell, people will try it now.
Amanda Zazo and John Griffith of West Akron came to the cheese tasting ready for adventure. Griffith hadn't expected so many locally produced cheeses.
That was surprising, but come to think of it, with all of the local farms, cow farms, sheep, the fantastic products are there, so why not?
My favorite was the goat cheese coated in espresso and lavender.
But that one came from Wisconsin, the mecca of American cheesemaking. Bob Dilcher of the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board brought it to the tasting from the state that produces almost half of America's specialty cheese. But he has respect for Ohio's product, too.
There's some great goat cheeses, some great sheep's milk cheeses from Ohio. Brewster cheese in Brewster, Ohio, one of the largest Swiss cheese manufacturers in the country.
But what is this artisanal cheese? It's produced by hand in small batches from cow, sheep, and goat's milk, and often has to be aged and ripened. Some producers raise their own animals, like Kristen Hensley of Seville's Yellow House Cheese. Her small farm is called a farmstead operation.
That means that everything happens start to finish at our farm. I milk the sheep myself, we make the cheese there, we age it there, and sell everything from the farm.
Who helps you?
I'm kind of a one-woman show. I also have a husband who's a 6th grade science teacher, so he's home during the summers to help out. And I have 2 little girls who are 8 and 9 who are my absolute superstar helpers.
She won an American Cheese Society award in August, and she only started her business 2 years ago. Brian Schlotter's small family farm in Defiance has been in the dairy business for 6 generations. But it was just 6 years ago that he started making cheese. His award-winning Canal Junction Charlot is his own creation. The first bite tastes buttery and sweet, but then it gets nutty. I taste that peanut finish.
Yes.
How did you get peanuts in there?
We don't have any peanuts in the production whatsoever. It is from the milk and the way that we handle the cheese afterward in the aging.
Schlotter is optimistic about the future of artisan cheesemaking in Ohio. He thinks the state will eventually catch up to Wisconsin, though he admits there's a long way to go.
If you look at the cheesemakers in Ohio, the small cheesemakers in Ohio, most of them are complete newbies to the industry, both dairy and the cheesemaking side.
Wisconsin has long had a master cheesemaker program. But in Ohio, where do you find the whey and the curds? Mackenzie Creamery's Jean Mackenzie found herself asking that question. She worked in real estate for many years before she started making cheese. She recently founded the Ohio Cheese Guild.
We have cheesemakers from small creameries and from large companies. We want to include, we call them the big boys, because we can learn a lot from them.
Kristen Hensley of Seville's Yellow House Cheese was one of the first to join the new guild. She's not turning a profit yet, but
We're working on it. We're making really great cheeses, and we're really hopeful that this is just really going to work out.
And that's this week's Quick Bite. Next week, our topic is the mislabeling of fish. I'm Vivian Goodman, 89.7 WKSU.